Waldorf-inspired math, homeschool style. Hello. Let's have a little chat today about this really cute prop or tool you can make with your kids to enhance their math learning, make it a little bit more whimsical and magical and fun and Waldorf inspired. So I'm not a Waldorf purist. I really wish I was, but it's a lot. If you haven't gone to Waldorf school or been taught in a Waldorf style, it's a whole other way, of course, of teaching. But I've read a couple really great books about teaching kids Waldorf math. And one of the earliest things is making some sort of a little puppet or a little gnome that represents all the different math functions. So I'm just gonna give you a brief little introduction to this and hopefully save you some time so that you don't have to read a bunch of the books and do a bunch of the research I had to do. So we started this back in kindergarten, which for my one son was 3 years ago, and I'm gonna warn you, some of the puppets they made were creepy, but they absolutely loved this activity. So I had both of my boys do this all together, and we started with the character of Mr. Plus. So these were great. I found these at my local dollar store. You could use some, like a bigger paper thing. You could make it yourself. You could do a little wooden peg person, whatever variation. You want to have the symbol of the character and have a story that you tell your kids about this character, because it's through story that children come alive, they enter into creativity, and they already get emotionally invested. And then over the last 3 years, we've brought these puppets in over and over and over and had so much fun with them. I have another video I've done on place value showing how, you know, that's a much more advanced concept than kindergarten plus, but we're still using Mr. Plus for place value. Anyway, so he's always happily collecting things. Mrs. Minus is my personal favorite because she has a hole in her pocket. And no matter what she does, she's always dropping things. So if Mrs. Minus starts with 5 gemstones, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 are gonna fall out of her pocket. Mrs. Divide is very fair. She likes to share amongst all the animals and creatures of the forest. So I love bringing Mrs. Divide into baking, right? Just put her out there if we're baking something, pizza or a cake, and then we're gonna cut it up at the end. How would Miss Divide help us out here? And then I can't find my Mr. Multiply, so this is like Mr. Creepy Multiply. Sorry, we were gardening, I need to clean my nails. Mr. Creepy Multiply. He's my children's favorite, he's not my favorite. But Mr. Multiply is fast. He bounces all over the place and he collects piles. Mr. Plus does the singles. Mr. Multiply has whole piles and he does skip counting and all kinds of fun, wonderful things. Empress Equal is essential because she makes sure everything is balanced on both sides of the math equation. And then this guy's optional, king counting, and we didn't know what symbol to give the king, so they said the king should have all the symbols, and they just gave him this figure 8 plus an extra ball. Just full creativity. He has sparkles. King counting is next level. So another character we've really enjoyed in our math stories is Nutty the squirrel, who makes mischief. And Nutty is young and sweet, but always messing things up. And I just find Nutty's a great prop when you're trying to do math. So if you're doing some adding, and we're gonna use real manipulatives. I only have these with me right now, but we've done it with acorn tops or little walnuts. Oh, so Waldorfy. Any cute natural things. This is plastic rhinestones. That's okay, they're fun too. They're gemstones for the king and the queen. But whenever you're doing, using the manipulatives with the kids, we'll, you know, be practicing plus or practicing minus, and Nutty will come in and mess it up. Oh, we have to do it again. So he's just a little add-on that was not in any of my books, but we've had a blast with Nutty. So there you have it. That was a really quick intro into brief personalities of these characters. And of course, you and your children get to make it up and enhance it as you go and get creative with using these characters, but I would 10 out of 10 recommend them. My kids learned the symbols and doing various lessons, let's say right now in grade 2, skip counting with Mr. Multiply. I'll bring out the little puppet just to bring that energy in. You know, what is the energy behind that function? And that's really helped some of these concepts sink in a little deeper than just logic. All right, hopefully that was helpful. All the best on your homeschooling journey.